Here we go. All right, once again, ladies and gentlemen, here we are for another exciting episode of the Point Walk the Walk Sports Talk. Our goal is to help fans, players, and coaches become intellectuals of the game. What's up, fellas?
What's
Hey,
happening,
how's it
man?
going?
What's going on?
Going on? Nothing to it. We're
Yep.
here for another one. Here we go again. Man, a lot
Go.
to talk about. Busy weekend. We had the WNBA All-Star Game. We had the Summer League Championships. A few things to unpack. Let's start with the ladies. Okay, now we saw the WNBA All-Star Game. I personally feel like the WNBA is not in a position to be playing as nonchalant as the fellas. I think that they're in the stage in their development where we want to see the stars be stars. We want to see who's who, and I personally just don't think it's a good look for the league to play. What is it? Recreation exhibit? Yeah, exhibition.
Yeah.
What you got? What you got about that?
Yeah.
I think the NBA has learned from what has gone on with how far it's gotten that way with them, that now they're trying to do other things to make the game be as exciting as it used to be. I mean, obviously, it's been a long time since you had, uh, when Kobe and Michael and them played, it was more of a competitiveness than it was just a social event. Even though it's a social event, they
Right.
were doing more social out on the floor than playing. So I think you would think that the women would be like, okay, hey, let's keep this fire going that we have and make our game be excitable on every time we step out on the floor. And I think when you have great players playing, you can get a great game going.
I agree.
And that's
Yeah.
that's just like being, if you go somewhere, and you know how we used to be, if you go, well, I'm gonna go down the street and play with such and such or play against such and such, then the level of play just got heightened. And I think that's where the women should still be trying to keep the game going as far as on an event like that right there. So hopefully they learn from it, and and when they have the next one, that because they had a lot of fire going for this one right here. I mean, you had it in Indiana, you had it, Caitlin Clark's home, you had the top players involved, everybody playing that was supposed to be a player playing, so except for Caitlin, she's hurt, and but you had all the other players playing, and it was a chance for the other players to really push their name forward by
Yes.
playing at their highest level.
Yes.
I agree with you. 100% right. And real quick, Ed,
I agree. Go ahead.
I just think it's a lost opportunity on two levels. I mean, what would it have been like for Caitlin Clark to be able to play in that game, to represent her city, and to keep pushing the envelope, to keep showing the excellence of the ladies' game? They're not. I don't think they're in a position to take these type of opportunities and platforms for granted. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree. WNBA right at this particular time, they got to find a way to make this game mean something to them. Like the way their pay scale is, they can put some money on it, and that'll make them go. The winner gets $25,000-$50,000, per player. Oh, they'll go at it then. And it could be an exhibition for 3 quarters, but even like when Magic and them used to play back in the day, when the 4th quarter came around, they were playing real basketball. They were going at each other. I think what they had was whoever won. Was that home? No, that wasn't home court advantage in the playoffs or whatever. They had something going on, but it was competitive. So
Pride. It was pride for so many
true.
years.
That's true.
I mean,
True.
that's the main thing. You want to show that amongst the best, I'm elite amongst the best. I mean, every time you go out, you want to represent yourself to the fullest.
Facts.
And I just think that that's a wasted opportunity for some of the players to distinguish themselves because they're still in the infancy stage.
They
even
are.
from a marketing standpoint. So I'm just not wired that way. They'd be mad at me because they'd be like, "Hey, man, this guy has
You have
100.
40 young. You have 40.
If you're
Yeah.
not going to guard, and no, and what do you guys think about? This is something else too. What do you guys think about the 4 point shot? The introduction of the 4 point shot.
Me personally, I don't like it personally. I don't like it. I like the game. I think the game is fine the way it is. I don't think you need to mess with it too much. The 4 point play, that's just extra. They added a 3 point play, and that's good enough.
Yeah.
4 point play,
Yes.
that you're gonna have at some point. You may have kids out there just jacking up shots, trying to hit forward. No, I don't. Keep it the way it is.
Well, the issue I have is that there's already since the introduction of the 3 point line. I think the the judiciousness of shot selection has suffered,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
and now you've completely eliminated the middle spot from the game,
Right.
and now they're adding another spot that's farther away from the basket when the game should be going towards the basket, in my opinion.
Mhm.
And so, yeah, it just makes another opportunity for suspect shot selection.
So
And think about this. Think about this. If there's a 4 point shot, that means a 10 point game is less than 3 possessions
I agree.
potential.
Yeah.
I mean, that's warpage there. I mean, at some point you have to weigh innovation with the integrity of the game,
So,
in my
so,
opinion.
There it is.
so let me ask you this. So they were just testing that out, right?
Correct.
Okay. So if they were going to do that, then why not go what you said? Go with what you said at first, back some time ago. Why not lower the rim a little bit and see how it works for the? That probably would have changed it all. It would have made it more
You know,
competitive, made it more exciting, and then we can get
yes,
we get a look at what would happen if they did lower it down to 8.5, 9 feet,
yeah,
and see.
not 8.5, but nine.
I
Like
mean,
we talked
somewhere
about.
where the athletic ones are getting there. If they get around somebody, they can go finish at the rim.
That's right.
So
And the All Star platform is what it's for.
there you
You would
go.
capture
See,
average fans with that basket lower.
That that
You,
that
you
would have been, yeah.
yeah.
That would have been
Anybody
a
that would have
perfect timing to introduce something like that, or test run it and just see how the fans reacted along with how the players reacted. I
yeah,
know Shaq is pushing the narrative big time,
yeah.
yes,
about it.
I'm just
there's
saying, if there's some highlights on ESPN, a couple of girls dunking in the game, somebody gets dunked on. If you miss it live, you're going to check it out next year for sure. Like, oh, I'm watching this. I want to check this
oh
out.
yeah,
I I,
you
I
want to
thought
see
it would
that.
be helpful for the league.
I mean, could you imagine a girl coming down the lane? I mean, come up the
Boom.
court, lose her person, get in the paint, and just punch on
Yeah,
everybody. Hey, come
exactly.
on, man.
Yeah,
That is something that I think will revolutionize the game of women's basketball because like I said, you'll be able to see the varying degrees of athleticism, and
exactly.
then it'll just add another element. And if you want to read about that, you can go on the martialartsofbasketball.com and check out the article "Lower for Higher." It speaks to that, and I think that that's important. And I think that that should gain more momentum than a 4 point shot introduction, in my opinion.
I agree. I'm with you on that one.
Well, years ago when they brought the smaller ball in for the game. I mean that to me was a great deal to do. I mean
Hmm.
it was obviously
Exactly.
most times most women's hands aren't as big as guys' hands,
Right.
and then the strength factor. I mean it kind of came into play a little bit, but really if you did something like this, I would say just try it out in a preseason or the All-Star game would have been a perfect time to
It'd
do
have been perfect. Yes. Yeah.
it.
I I wholeheartedly agree. I mean, if you're gonna create a circus, you might as well start in the area that's going to revolutionize the economics of the game because from a marketing standpoint, even the fellas, when the fellas game was below the rim, it didn't have all the marketing opportunities that it has today. The players
Correct.
weren't. They opened the game up to the average fan, and they opened the game up to sponsorship
Yeah.
because let's face it, dunks are exciting. And when you add that element to the girls' game, because like you said a couple episodes ago, Ed, the athleticism is already there.
It's there.
There are there Michael Jordan's already in the league. You just can't
Hmm.
see it because there's some physical realities when it comes to men versus ladies, and I think that it doesn't jeopardize the integrity to 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 broach those subjects and make
True.
those things equitable. I don't think that's a bad thing. I
No,
think that
remember, my position was to not lower it. I thought I thought the game was fine the way it is, and I still believe that. But I think if you're going to try it, you might as well try it in that environment. Give it a shot and see how it is. And I might be like, oh yeah, they need to lower these rims. You never know. So
well, I agree with you. The game, when the dunking shows up, the purity of the ladies' game is going to de-evolve like the guys' game. Pretty
yeah,
soon, you'll be jacking up 3-point or 4-point shots and
exactly.
trying to get to the cup. And that's how the young ladies are going to start developing in that way, just like the guys. The guys basically play two-spot basketball,
Mm-hmm.
three and dunks. All right, fellas, NBA Summer League basketball. One thing we do know, if you are involved on any roster during the summer, that you are, whether you're a rookie or you're a sophomore, you are still in the prove-it position. No doubt about it.
Yeah,
That's
true.
where you find yourself. And that's okay when you're a rookie. And it's okay when you're a sophomore, because you may not have gotten the opportunity that you deserved, or may not have been room for you. And that's what we talked about last episode, all the trades that are going on. You never know what the organization is thinking. So some players still find themselves married to the summer league, which is not a bad thing, because like you said, Craig, this is quality basketball. These players are playing for their lives, the lives that they want for themselves. So the level of intensity is there. And and we're all pulling for these guys, but there's just certain people that are able to distinguish themselves, because that's what you have to do in the summertime. Yes, you want to. We talked about roles to get chose.
Yeah,
Things that you do that contribute to a team's success without putting the ball in the basket. Well, there are some exceptions. When you're in the tryout position, you have to show what you know, or no one's going to know what you're going to know.
true.
No one's going to make an assumption about your game. So it's important that you do all the things within your power. That means being in touch with all the K's. KYP, knowing your personnel quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Mm-hmm.
KYP, knowing your capacities. KYL, knowing your limitations. And of course, KYE, knowing your environment. These are things that you have to do and be able to impress, because it's more than just an NBA roster spot on the line. You're looking to plug in to some place in the world to continue to play the game that you love.
Facts. Yeah, that's facts. Yeah.
Right.
Great,
And,
great.
and yeah, the one thing that I think, because I'm trying to still figure this out, is when I look at the rosters, it seems like the rosters much deeper now, and I'm pretty sure that's because of the two-way contracts. Because you'll look during the season, you'll look, and there'll be 20 names on the roster.
True.
When you go in there and you look at the stat line. So those guys, all those guys are going to have an opportunity to make a spot. Now, are they going to be two-way players? Are they going to be in the what is the D League? So there's still a lot of opportunities to be there. It's just to ultimately get to that ultimate place, there's a lot you have to continue to do, like all the things you mentioned right there, and and you got to have some luck in it too. You
Absolutely.
got to be on the right squad that
Mm-hmm.
that showcases and plays to your abilities. What kind of system, who you are. All that stuff plays an importance. Not to probably your top 10 guys, but definitely to your guys that are not lottery picks that
Yeah.
are trying to get on those rosters.
Well, everybody has to take
Yeah. It's a
chances.
hard gig.
You
Ain't a lot of spots out there.
no,
Yeah.
Not a lot of spots.
no.
No, it's tough.
You have to take chances, but you have to stay within yourself and stay within those K's. But you have to assert yourself. You have to take chances. No one's going to give you the benefit of the doubt. I don't care if you're
True.
just like your boy Dalton Connect, and I mean he's played himself into a lesser reputation that he had before the summer league started. Uh, and so
That's true. That's true.
it can go either way. Guys like Bronny James, Bronny James, he earned it. He earned the game off, and they're not going to give you a game off unless they think they've seen enough or they've seen enough to evaluate you. Cooper Flag played 2 games. But I mean, everyone's
Yeah.
situation is different. It doesn't mean that if you play the entire time, like Knueppel, that guy can play. And
I
he's a
love his game.
four
Yeah.
pick. He
He's not.
played the entire time. His team wins the summer league championship. They put 100 G's in their pocket. That's I was impressed by that. The winners. Is it 100 G's collectively, or did each player get 100 G's? Are they splitting
I'm
100
not sure.
G's for the?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
not sure.
I'm
I'm not sure.
not sure.
Yeah, I know those guys. From what I hear, if you play in the summer league, I think it's something automatically. If you play, I think it's $10,000. So then that must be 100 G's. It's got to be 100 G's each person. It's got to. It's got to be.
I would hope
So
It's
so.
got to be.
if they win, yeah, that'd be nice.
That's good.
Because
That's good.
because
That's good.
yeah,
That's good
I would
incentives.
think I'll do some research. I'll find out about that.
Who impressed you the most? Let's start with the sophomores. What sophomores impressed you the most? I'll start.
me.
I'll start.
Go.
I'll say. I was really impressed with Isaac Jones from Sacramento. Played extremely well. Yuki was a monster. I think Jamal Shead played well as a sophomore. Jalen Wells played well as a sophomore. You had some players that Murphy got an opportunity to demonstrate how incredibly athletic that kid is,
Yeah.
and why he got some of those garbage time minutes during the playoffs. You know, even the guys that get in the game during garbage time in the playoffs, that's a reward. Those guys can play. You just
They
got
were
to
still,
play.
yeah. You could see something. You still saw a little bit of, oh, this kid
Yeah,
can play. Yeah. Yeah. You're
you're
right.
not in their future plans. If they put you on the floor, you are in their plans. Period.
Yeah. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. They're going to give you a look, which is good, like you said, because that look can help you out with the G League, overseas, anywhere, So
Well, I meant in the playoffs. If they
these
play,
spots are these spots are tight, man. You may have one or two spots available for these players.
hey man, here's the reality. Every spot is already taken. You have to take somebody's spot.
True. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Knueppel's going to take somebody's spot.
Yes, he's
Knueppel's taking
gonna
somebody's spot for sure.
play, man. And Craig, you mentioned this a couple episodes ago. There's a premium on decision making. The game is going back to know-how. So
Yes.
the decision makers, all things equal. Oh, I like this guy because he makes better decisions than player B. That's
Yes.
that's coming to the light now. I mean, that it's always been important, but now you don't have to jump the highest, you don't have to be the fastest. But how do you process the game? How are you connecting with the other guy? I mean, are you taking good shots? Do you make quality decisions, man? I like I'm all for it. I'm there for it.
Well, I think to speak on that, I think us seeing the two teams we saw in the NBA Finals speaks volumes to it going back to because both those teams are like that. They played that way.
Yeah,
They played knowing the game. Indiana
true,
and OKC.
True.
And so it was fun to be able to watch good basketball that way. So
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't, even though Shea was the top billing on OKC, everybody else was still important. Jalen Williams was important.
Chet, you're right.
Chet Holmgren.
I agree.
The shooting guard that they had. And what I saw that I was impressed with in the NBA Finals is they allowed them to play physical, but they didn't let it get out of control.
Yeah.
And
True.
so now you can see the defensive side of the ball being a big factor again in the NBA versus, if you get touched, you're going to go to the line and all that right there. I mean, they let the physicality go, which then you have to then determine, being strong, understanding the game, making the right plays, right shots,
Mm-hmm.
because you weren't just going to just, like a lot of times you'll see the NBA and you'll be like, a team will be up by 20 and you'll be like, you know what, man, they can get right back in this game. Well, the way these guys are playing, they weren't allowing the games to get away that way.
True.
So it was, everything was contested, and I just love when the game's played that way right there. Because even in select ball now, it's almost like it's an and one show out there with a lot of the players and how they play, and they
Mm-hmm.
don't have any idea of the other side of the ball and what it takes in order to be a really good player because they're
Yeah.
not paying attention to that, So just liking to see the game be that way, and there being a premium on your IQ and not just what you can do when you have the ball in your hands,
Correct.
So definitely fun to see the game going in that direction.
I like that.
You know what I was impressed by? I mean, cut you off, Trey. You know what I was impressed by is a lot of the young guys, the unheralded guys on the team, on both teams actually, they were stepping up, hitting
Yeah.
big shots, making big plays, and I was impressed by it, honestly.
I love to see. I love what San Antonio did. I talked about that before, and I love the way that kid plays defense. Amazing, and that he's out there actually doing that on that level, and that's this is my. Uh, I'm creating a brand right now. This is what I do. That there's room for guys that are not role players because everyone has a role, but defense
Mm-hmm.
isn't a role. Defense is a requirement. But when you have a defensive specialist in your midst that
Yeah.
that that's his calling card, man,
Yeah.
that's an addition. That's a rare
Mm-hmm.
thing. That's a
Definitely.
gem.
Well, now it makes that stuff sexy again. Your Michael Coopers, your Dennis Rodmans, those type of players, playing that style of play and knowing that they are just as much of an asset to the team as the guys that are averaging 25, 27 points a game.
That's true.
That's how you win the championships.
Joe
Both
Joe
guys,
So,
Dumars, right?
yeah,
yes.
both guys you just mentioned are champions, and they play with a roster full of Hall of Fame people,
Mm-hmm.
and they were able to find a role for themselves, getting stops. And when you're on the floor, you're gonna get opportunities to score just from being on the floor.
Right.
Facts. It's true.
That's the first prerequisite to getting any stat is to be out there. Am I lying? You gotta
No, no.
you got to get out there. So the Charlotte Hornets are the champions of the NBA Summer League. They knock off the Sacramento Kings. Do you guys get a chance to catch any of that?
Briefly, I caught just a bit of it.
Just a little bit. I saw a little bit of it. I was watching it. I was kind of watching and kind of dozing off. But Charlotte took control of that game immediately, and they won through and played through Knueppel, and he came through. He knocked down some big shots for them. Like I said, Isaac Jones, one of my favorite sophomores out there. Mason Jones played well too, but it's fun to see a youngster with that much moxie and that much
Yeah.
savvy
Yeah.
already, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
about him how high he's jumping at all. It's just how clean the kid's footwork is. He keeps a wide stance, so he's in two places. He playing off the catch. He handles one of the two fundamentals of off the catch basketball. The first one is early vision and early preparation. So he explodes into his preparation. So he's immediately in the advantage position because he's catching to shoot. You're gonna have to stop him from shooting. And so if that's the situation, and I have and space between you and myself, you're at my mercy. Either you're going to let me shoot, or you're going to let me start the process of going by, because I don't want to just race by you, because you might be able to, you might be a terrific athlete, you might be able to recover. But I'm either going to show shot, start the process of shooting, and make that initial move to go by you. And that
Yeah.
makes the game really easy. And it makes you easy to play with other people, because you're going to put pressure on the other defenders, so that you're creating momentum for your teammate. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that you have whether you're playing 5 out, you're playing 4 round 1, whatever the circumstance is, if everyone's aggressive off the catch to be able to manipulate the defender based on what they're allowing them, then eventually we're gonna create a gap in the defense, and find a we're gonna get a good shot. And if you've got, like I said, if you've got 4 aggressive people who make quality decisions and are willing passers, it it, it makes it tough. And I think that that's what Charlotte was able to do. And the moving looking forward, I mean, this really helps their situation. They drafted well. They got 3 good draft choices. They got the 2 shooters, and they got the
Yeah.
big boy from Creighton. And that's perfect for when you consider what they have currently. They got Now it gives LaMelo someone to pass to, that doesn't have to break anyone down to get there. I'm not taking anything away from Miles Bridges. I'm not taking anything away from what's the high flyer? I'm spacing his name. But I'm not taking anything away from them. But now, with the big guy, with the presence of the big guy, and the presence of Knueppel and the other shooter on the wing, I'm skipping his name too. Uh, but it makes them, it puts them in a better position for success. It
Well,
takes the improvisation out of Charlotte's offensive attack.
well, I think this then too. If that is true, now we're about to see if Ball can be what he should be as a lead guard, because I think that's always been an issue for him, playing highlight basketball out there versus playing, you know, strict guard leadership basketball. So I think now we're gonna have to find out, because now you got some really good pieces, man.
He does. He
And
does.
and those nights where he goes for 50, and you watch people open, you're like, yeah, he got 50, but man, he sure left a lot of people open.
He
You
is a
I,
know,
he's a willing
yeah,
passer to me.
yeah,
He'll give
I,
the
yeah,
I,
ball up.
I,
I
I think so
I
too.
think I think these players, the young guys, are going to help him out a lot this year. I think they're going to help. And if his
I,
hands can
I,
stay healthy, they'll be fine. They'll be good.
well, that they're the one team I look forward to then watching and seeing how that development comes about.
Me too.
I look
Yeah, I'm
forward to
with you on
seeing
that
it.
too, Craig.
Yeah.
I'm with
Well,
you on that. I agree.
I think that the ball boys, both he and Lonzo, are both intellectuals. I think that Melo is just so confident that he feels like there's nothing he can't do out there.
I
And
agree. Yes.
I think it's more like that he feels the necessity for him to play that way. I think he feels obligated to play that way. And you're right. Now you're going to see whether it's the
Mm-hmm.
way he plays, or it's the way he's kind of been forced to play, because now he's going to have a different circumstance, and we're going to see the
Yes.
type of decisions he makes, and we can see if he can lead his team to a higher level of success, because that would when we that would that's what cost him his status as an elite player, that they're not winning. And when you're not winning, it's
Right.
Yep.
Right.
It's going to cost you. You're right. Yep. Yeah. And he's the man. So they're going to point fingers right at him.
correct.
Yeah.
But
No.
he's
So
good though. He's good.
He's one of my
That
favorite
dude's
players.
good. Yeah.
I think he's really, really, really talented. I'm excited to
Yeah.
see what they're able to do.
right.
And I don't, but I think uh, that he's a good kid. I think that he's not going to be the one that's going to disrupt any positive movement and any growth potential that they have. I think that he'll be an asset to that, as opposed to
A hindrance.
a man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really do
I
believe that.
agree.
You
You
know,
mentioned Lonzo, man. I sure hope he gets healthy, man. I want to see him play. Man, he's good, man. Lonzo's good. And then,
Well,
like, his
before
mentality,
he got injured, I give him the greatest respect, Lonzo, because I think we talked about this. When you do what he did and broke his shot back down to the fundamental skill to rebuild it and totally change the form of it, and you guys know how hard that is. But he totally reconstructed his shot. And then he was shooting extremely well, consistently, once he reconstructed it. And he's the one that I've always liked, his game.
Remember I told you, Troy? I told you, he's special.
But now that he's gotten injured, now he kind of falls into what's my man's name that played for the Warriors and had the knee injury but came back and played. Had the what's his name?
Livingston.
Yeah. So you wonder if he's coming back with that type of, now you become, now you're not the lead guy anymore, but you're a big part of what's going on.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yes.
And I remember when he was in high school, you told me, Troy, I'm not gonna lie to you, Lonzo is my absolutely favorite player to watch. And then when he got to UCLA, I was calling you saying, man, I see what you're saying, man. I love this kid. I love how this
sees the game. The way he plays it, sees the game, man. I love it. I love certain type of point guards. Rondo,
Jason Kidd was my favorite player to watch who didn't have to put back to absolutely murder your team.
He's another one, yes.
I'm gonna give you a quick story real quick, and I know we got to get going here. Talking about Jason Kidd, because he's one of my favorite guys to watch. I remember, because Aaron Grizel and them knew him really well from the Bay Area, right? But I also remember my first year when I was coaching with Barry at Olympic College. Bill Ellaby used to call and leave messages on my phone all the time. He would go, man, I just watched the best point guard I've ever seen in my life. Because he was coaching on the staff at that time. He was a GA. And he would just call me, man, Murray, this dude is doing some amazing shit in here. So to know that kid was that and everybody saw that in him, and then to see him become who he became at the NBA level, it shows you that those type of leaders, those type of players can definitely make it to the place where they want to be at based on how hard they work and what they bring to the table.
Yeah, definitely.
I tell you what, guys, this is the fastest 30 minutes in showbiz. But here we are again at the end of another exciting podcast. Please like, please subscribe, please leave a comment, please follow us. This is what we do. We'll be here every Thursday, 4 p.m. Don't miss us. Come see us. Holla!
Later.